Yeah, we got some different opening music here tonight. I hear you. Ross Lamore, crank it up, baby. Welcome to the Sports Call, everyone. We're here at the Fan Cave, and this is your place to talk sports with us at 412-575-2600. Call us. You can also text and tweet. Not text, I won't give you that, but tweet at KD Pomp, at Chris Mueller, PGH. We're here talking sports. Chris Mueller up at 93.7, The Fan. And now we're up to 9, Chris. 9 Baltimore staffers, 5 players, 4 staff members. And I asked Andrew this earlier today at 4:15 when we were on. How many will it take for this game to be moved? Because I think they're at the edge right now where the NFL is keeping an eye on this. And you got to think that if tomorrow there are more cases, they may make a decision to move it at least later in the week. I don't know if that allows the game to go on, but it's going to be played at some point. The question is when, and right now it's still Thursday night.
I think if you get to a double-digit number of Ravens actual players, not personnel overall, but players, then I think you'll see the league at least consider moving it. But, man, I don't know about you. I'm kind of cynical about these sort of things. This is not a 1 o'clock game on CBS or Fox or something that between two also-ran teams where you can kick the can down the road here a little bit. This is the primetime slot on Thanksgiving, a day that the NFL has further and further monopolized over the years. They basically want your eyeballs for, about 11 to 12 hours continuously across multiple networks. Let's be real here. The people at NBC, the people at the NFL want nothing more than for this game to go off as scheduled on Thursday, and I think they are going to exhaust every kind of possibility to make that happen. I think the league moving this game even to Saturday, where it would still have its own sort of special slot, is considered a worst case, last chance scenario for the league, and I think they and NBC want to avoid that if they can possibly do so.
Yeah, I think Saturday at night would be Plan B, but it's only Plan B if everything is not met for Plan A, and they still want to keep it. There's no doubt on Thursday. This is a high-watch game. It always has been, especially for this rivalry, given Baltimore and Pittsburgh, and you have everybody at home. The only thing probably standing in the way of all these eyeballs watching is if the tryptophan comes into play or something else, and you may fall asleep. But chances are you won't fall asleep if you watch this game. But we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, on another topic, we have the Hall of Fame. They announced their list of semifinalists, and it's usual. There are going to be a couple of Steelers on it. Alan Faneca is now there. He's been there. He's been a finalist for 5 straight years. Hines Ward is a semifinalist for 5 straight years. I think this is the year for Alan Faneca, Chris. I think Hines is going to have to wait a little longer, but I think Faneca is due, and it's time.
Well, just look at who the other wide receivers are that are in there. Calvin Johnson, Torrey Holt, Reggie Wayne. Hines Ward was this, unbelievable sort of, genre-breaking player, right? He was a good, at times great pass catcher, but he was a ferocious blocker, hitter, football player. I think he'll have to wait, though, because the other guys had bigger numbers. As far as Faneca goes, 6-time first-team All-Pro. He deserves to be in. He deserves to have been in a while ago, frankly. And I think one of the blind spots for the Hall of Fame is a general kind of incapability in terms of getting guards, specifically in offensive guards. You'll get centers in because I think that position seems to carry more weight with people. But Alan Faneca is one of the best interior linemen in football history, for my money. He is probably the best pound-for-pound Steelers lineman I've ever seen in my lifetime. And the fact that he's not in yet, I think, is kind of ridiculous.
I do too, but he like Ward, with all the stuff in front of him with other players who probably will get the call ahead of him. Faneca went through the same stuff over the last couple of years, but now it seems to me that the path is there for him to get in this year. We'll see how it goes. We have a lot more to get into. College basketball season is actually going to begin here tomorrow night. There have been a ton of postponements even before the season has begun. We'll get into that a little bit. And we'll also talk about Charlie Morton gets a 1-year deal for a lot of money. We'll get into that and more. 412-575-2600. That's the number to call. Give us a shout right here on Pittsburgh CW. It's the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call right here. We're coming back.